You're tuning into Black and White Sports on YouTube. The no-holds-barred truth on sports. The main event starts now.
All right, Black and White Sports supporters, we're going to talk about Michael Penix Jr. and the Pittsburgh Steelers. Now, in case you guys didn't know, Michael Penix Jr. had his pro day yesterday, and he put on a pretty good show for people. I've been very vocal about the fact that I like the kid a lot. He is going to be a little older by the start of the season. He'll be 24 years old. Okay, he'll turn 24 in May. Now, the Steelers have done a remarkable job, Omar Khan, with remaking what it is their quarterback room looks like. They grabbed Justin Fields in a trade from the Bears. They're taking Caleb Williams. And then, of course, they signed Russell Wilson just a couple of days prior to that to a league minimum $1.2 million contract because, well, frankly, the Broncos are still paying him a load of money. There's been rumors about him getting a long-term extension. Nobody knows. But after that Michael Penix Jr. workout yesterday, that pro day, there have been some teams that have requested meetings now with Michael Penix Jr. And one of the reasons this is happening is because many people believe he's going to be available anywhere between mid-first round and mid-second round, okay? You know, I could see him back into the first round, beginning of the second round, right in there, something like that. But I like the kid's size. He's big. He looks like a quarterback. And we found out yesterday, hell, he's an athlete. He is an absolute athlete. And that has caught the attention of Mike Tomlin and Omar Khan because Russell Wilson's 35. Nobody knows how long he's going to be here. Nobody knows for sure how Justin Fields is really going to end up being. And the Steelers are proactively thinking about the future. Okay, so this is Steelers Nation. This is the story that emerged right here. Of course, those are the three big prospects: Caleb Williams, Jaden Drake May, J.J. McCarthy. You can put right in there now. All right, he will not make it out of the top 10. Bo Nix may not make it out of the top 10. Those three prospects are expected to be gone within the first 5 picks, but according to recent reports, the Steelers are bringing in Michael Penix Jr. for a visit. And you can see this right here. He's got visits lined up with the Falcons, Raiders, Giants, Steelers, and Broncos. He's a big guy, folks. I mean, he's a big kid. And let me just click over here. 6'3", they got him at 213. I've got to guess he's got to be up around 220. But he put on a hell of a show yesterday, and you guys know that I've been a fan of this guy for a while. He showed off his deep. I mean, he threw a couple of 75-yard balls in the airs for completion, so he's got a really good arm. And some of these guys have talked about him being the best intermediate to deep throw passer in this entire draft. Yeah, better than Caleb, better than Jaden, better than any of these other guys. People were worried because he's had a couple of knee surgeries. It raised questions about his athleticism. Well, he kind of erased those yesterday. So Michael Penix posted a sub 4.6 second 40 time. And there was a couple of main measurements here. Phil Yates had a handful of scouts that had him at 4.56 to 4.59. He believes, and Penix says, he's a 4.4 guy. Now listen to this. Some people had him at 4.46. Some at a 4.5. But those were unofficial. Regardless, the kid can scoot. Now, he did not run the ball a lot in college at all because he had a couple of torn ACLs. But, guys, he had a 36.5-inch vertical jump and a broad jump of 10.5. I mean, a couple of extremely impressive measurements right there. And with him being big, and guys, he has a ton of reps. He threw the ball just under 1,700 times in college, 63%, almost 14,000 yards, almost 100 touchdowns, 8.2 per completion. Like I said, the kid will put the ball down the field. And frankly, I think if this kid doesn't ever get hurt, he's right up there for the number 1 overall draft pick. All right, but those injuries caused the athleticism and obviously the want to run, or the ability for these colleges to let him run, that dropped off. So I went over and checked, and the Sporting News has put together, this is prior to a lot of these pro days, but they put together Mel Kiper and Daniel Jeremiah's and all these guys, the main guys, their draft boards, updated mock drafts. And Jeremiah was the only one that had Penix going in the first round. And that was, ironically enough, to the Las Vegas Raiders, another team we talk about a lot. I just did a video because there's a massive rumor out of ESPN right now about the Raiders trying to trade up to get Jaden Daniels. I don't know if they're going to be able to do that. I've made a video in the past about Penix Jr. and the Raiders because I think they're going to be able to get him in a much more reasonable spot. But I think if they're going to get him, the Raiders are going to have to take him at 13 if they don't make some kind of massive trade. So the question is, if you're a Raiders fan, do you want Michael Penix Jr.? You know, you have to take into account that Russell Wilson is older at this point. He's a mobile quarterback, could get hurt, and you've got Justin Fields that's going to come to the end of that rookie contract, right? And you got to make a decision. Now, again, we've talked about the fact that the Steelers do not have to sign him to or give him that big fifth-year option. They don't have to give him that $25 million. All right, but what's the harm in taking a look at another potential big-time quarterback? The problem for the Steelers is going to be them making a decision whether or not to take this guy in the first round or the second round. Because you're going to have teams like the Giants. A lot of people believe the Giants are taking a quarterback in the first 2 rounds, right? You're going to have teams like that. Or would the Steelers need to trade back into the first if they really wanted a Michael Penix Jr.? You just got to wonder. There's going to be real competition for this guy. Giants, Raiders, Steelers. They're going to be competitive to get Michael Penix Jr. And you got to wonder, is Mike Tomlin just doing due diligence here? I think it's very smart to look and potentially take a run at one of these. This is a really good rookie quarterback class. And I think he's one of the guys that has a legitimate shot to, you look up, and 12 years from now, we're going to go, damn, Michael Penix Jr. is thrown for 40,000 yards in the NFL and has 300 touchdowns. I just think he feels a little bit more like an NFL quarterback than some of these other guys. Got the size, got the arm, and if he gets to the right offensive coordinator, that's interesting. The Falcons are going to look at him. Maybe they're thinking potential after Kirk Cousins. Or if they decide to only keep Cousins for 2 or 3 years, Michael Penix Jr. steps up, right? It's going to be interesting. Tell me what you think, Black and White Sports supporters. Make sure you hit the subscribe. As always, thank you guys for watching this channel. And hit the like button. We'll have to see. I found it very interesting that the Steelers were going to sit down and have a meeting with this guy. He raised a lot of eyebrows, and I'm thinking, guys, did any of you watch film? That was the eyebrow raise. I mean, when I watched this guy on film, it was like, whoa, this guy is a beast. I remember, because I'm a Michigan fan, him playing at Indiana. And he was heavily flashing then. That's been a while. That's been a lot of reps ago. Peace. I'm out. Till next time.
Thanks for watching the show. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Be sure to tune in next time on Black and White Sports.